Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're jumping into something pretty high stakes in the NHS professional world. We're talking about the UK's National Clinical Coding Qualification, the NCCQ.
That's right.
And look, this isn't just a nice to have. Our sources show it's pretty much the standard. You need it for career progression, right? Like getting that agenda for change band 5 status.
Absolutely essential. And the context here is key. We're hearing the NHS is, and this is a direct quote, desperate for clinical coders. So that just ramps up the value of this qualification enormously.
Right.
So our mission today, forget searching for that single magic bullet book. This exam is notoriously tough. We need to look at the sources and figure out the actual strategic portfolio of resources you need.
Okay, portfolio. Let's start with the structure then, because it's demanding. 2 different 3-hour papers, same day.
Exactly. And they test very different things. Paper 1 is practical coding.
And this is the one people really talk about. The pass mark is high.
It's incredibly high, 90%. You need near perfect accuracy.
Yeah. 90. Wow. Okay, but it's open book, isn't it? You can have the manuals.
Yes, ICD-10 and OPCS-4. But think about that. Open book, yet 90% pass mark. That tells you it's not about knowing the codes off by heart.
It's about speed and finding them fast.
Precisely. Speed and accuracy under intense pressure. How well can you navigate those massive manuals? That's the real test. And crucially, you can annotate your manuals beforehand with official guidance. That's a huge strategic point.
Okay, so you personalize your tools. Got it. What about paper 2 then? That's the contrast.
Completely different beast. Paper 2 is theory, and this one is closed book, no manuals allowed.
Right, so pure recall. What kind of theory?
It's the foundations. Anatomy, physiology, medical terminology, data quality rules, standards like SNOMED CT, the massive clinical vocabulary system. It's broad.
And they've made this one tougher recently, too.
They have. Post-April 2022, the pass mark went up from 60% to 70%. So closed book, 70% needed.
Yeah.
You have to really embed that knowledge.
Okay, so no single official study guide, just the rules and the standards. What are the absolute must-haves, the core books?
Well, the non-negotiables are the latest versions of the actual classification manuals, ICD-10, OPCS-4, and the National Clinical Coding Standards reference books that go with them. But probably the most vital strategic document, that's the official IHRM syllabus. That's your roadmap from the professional body itself.
So the core stuff is really the rule books themselves, which makes total sense then why this huge third-party prep market has sprung up. That 90% pass mark almost demands it, doesn't it?
It really does. It's created a gap. People aren't just looking for knowledge refreshers. They need serious exam technique training, how to be faster, how to be more accurate under that clock.
So that's where things like online platforms come in, like Clinical Coding Hub.
Exactly. They offer things like massive question banks, timed mock exams, tools designed specifically to build that speed and pinpoint accuracy. Some even offer a pass assurance guarantee, which tells you something about the perceived risk.
It sounds less like studying and more like training for a high-performance event. What's the timeline look like for preparation?
It's definitely not a quick fix. Think marathon, then sprint. IHRM itself suggests, maybe a 2-3 year development plan, just building practical experience on the job. Then leading up to the exam, you need an intensive sprint phase, maybe 12 to 24 weeks of focused revision.
And during that sprint, what are the key techniques? What actually works?
Okay, first off, you need a baseline. Do a diagnostic using official IHRM pass papers right at the start, under timed conditions, obviously.
Get a reality check.
Exactly. Then for paper 1, it's relentless timed mock exams. You have to master that time pressure. For paper 2, the theory. It's got to be spaced repetition, digital flashcards, that sort of thing. Especially for anatomy and physiology, you just have to drill it in.
Community helps too, I imagine. Talking to others who've been through it, maybe even looking at advice for similar exams like the US ones.
Absolutely. Tips on mastering guidelines, building speed. Often that advice is transferable, even if the specific codes are different. Shared experience is invaluable. So pulling it all together, what's the takeaway? Success isn't about finding one secret book. It's about building and mastering this layered set of resources, a portfolio. And honestly, the best book you'll have on exam day is your own set of official manuals, marked up, annotated, basically optimized by you for your speed.
Which leaves us with a really interesting final thought, actually. If paper 1 is open book, allows annotations, and hinges on that 90% speed and accuracy, are we fundamentally testing deep coding knowledge? Or is it really a very high-stakes test of your ability to navigate an index and optimize your own reference system under pressure? Something to think about.